Now at 10, a week after the Harambe Village doulas led marchers to two area hospitals, closer look at their group and their cause. And nationwide protests against police brutality continue as we learn more information about a deadly shooting in Atlanta. Plus, the UW system says campuses around the state will have students this fall, but college will be anything but normal.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. Those behind last weekend's protest and march to both Meritor and SSM Health are giving us a closer look at their cause tonight. Adam Duxter spoke to the co-founder and co-owner of Harambe Village Doulas and joins us now with their dream moving forward.
Well, Amanda, a doula is a professional who helps to provide emotional, physical, and educational help before, during, and after the childbirth process. But the Harambe Village doulas say their ultimate goal is even greater than that.
Justice! No peace! No racist! Police!
Hundreds of marchers gathered first at the Capitol Square before heading to Meritor and then SSM Health 1 week ago. Tia Murray and Michaela Berry leading the way.
There's a lot of appreciation, but there's also some sadness as to some of the ignorance of those who didn't know that this was going on and has been going on for so long.
Berry describing the black infant mortality rate, which in 2018 was higher in Wisconsin than anywhere else. The two say a community center founded on Madison's south side was making a difference, with numbers dropping significantly in the late 2000s.
The work those women did in the community, really touching all of those social determinants of health, had an impact on those pregnancy outcomes.
But in 2010, that center closed, citing funding and other factors. 4 years after, Murray was one of the two working to fill the void.
Not only do we have lived experiences as birthing women of color that we felt we needed to challenge and really begin to fill in those gaps between what's in these policies at our clinics and hospitals as medical consumers and then what we're receiving in practice as patients of color.
But while she realized the doulas were making a change, the policies creating the issue weren't changing, which is why they asked healthcare providers to hear their stories.
And that's how change is made, is hearing the people, as Tia said, listening to your consumers and changing the environment according to what the consumer feels comfortable with.
And say the end goal they're working towards is sustainability.
Now, part of that sustainability includes finding a permanent building, which the group is in the middle of doing right now, in hopes to recreate that one-stop shop provided by the community center that closed. The conversation with Murray and Berry covered a wide range of topics. You can find more about their stories and goals moving forward on our website, channel3000.com.
Thank you, Adam. And after last weekend's rally, SSM Health released a statement saying working to address racial disparities needs to be a top priority and said it was working with community partners to address that need. A black Madison alderman who is running for a state assembly seat is accusing his white opponent of harassment. Alder Samba Bade says that his opponent, Walter Stewart, slowly drove by his house this afternoon with two men while they took photos. Bade says that when he confronted Stewart, who he didn't recognize, Stewart said something, quote, nonsensical before saying he was Balde's opponent for the 48th seat in the assembly. Balde reported the matter to police. In a statement, Balde wrote, in part, as a black man in these times, it's disturbing and unsettling to see three white men slowly drive by one's home on a Sunday afternoon and take photos. White folks should understand that as much as they may often fear black men, three white men sitting outside in a car also instills fear and concern for a black family. Tonight, Stewart shared his side of the story. He says he was shooting a campaign video in Balde's neighborhood with his videographer when he stopped to point out Balde's house. He says his videographer took a photo of the house, which Balde later asked him to delete. Stewart says that photo was deleted. In a statement, Stewart wrote, disturbing Alder Balde and his family was not my intention, and I apologize for this unfortunate misunderstanding, causing him and his family any unease. The medical examiner's office in Atlanta is listing Rashard Brooks' manner of death a homicide. It comes as there's new video showing the confrontation leading up to an officer shooting him on Friday night at an Atlanta Wendy's. In the video, an officer woke up Brooks in the restaurant's drive-thru. After moving his car, officers administered a sobriety test.
Will you take a preliminary breath test for me? It's yes or no.
I don't want to refuse anything.
It's yes or no. It's completely up to you.
Yes, I will.
Okay, just wait here while I grab it.
I know. You just doing your job.
Blah, 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 blah. Stop. Very good. I think you've had too much to drink to be driving. Put your hands behind your back for me. Here, put your hands behind your back.
As the officer tries to arrest Brooks, the struggle begins. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says surveillance video shows Brooks taking off with an officer's taser just before now fired officer Garrett Rolfe shoots him.
You could have boxed him in. Support came in, I think, 2 minutes. He would have been boxed in and trapped. Why did you have to kill him?
The investigation continues tonight into Brooks' death. Officer Rolfe was fired yesterday, while the other officer has been placed on administrative duty. Atlanta police are offering a $10,000 reward for information on the fire at that Wendy's where Brooks was killed. Authorities released these photos today, saying they want to identify this person. Amid nationwide protests in the wake of George Floyd and Brooks' deaths, Senator Tim Scott says he's not sure there will ever be a law establishing use of force by police officers. The South Carolina Republican made the comments on NBC's Meet the Press this morning.
I think it's really difficult to establish a codified in law standard for use of force. There are millions of scenarios that play out. It's one of the reasons why what we have tried to achieve through the legislation is finding the best practices around use of force around the country, and then to provide that clarity and guidance for those departments who may need to have a better perspective on use of force.
Scott is the only black Republican in the Senate. Last week, he unveiled a 10-point reform proposal that included a nationalized database of police misuse of force incidents, as well as broader incentives to help local and state police forces implement bias and intervention training. Congress is expected to take up some of the measures this week. Calls are growing for an investigation into the hanging death of a black man in California. Robert Fuller's body was found in a tree early Wednesday. Local leaders and activists are asking the FBI and Justice Department to look into the death. Local investigators initially determined Fuller had committed suicide. Police in Vermont are looking for the person who vandalized a Black Lives Matter mural. Authorities say they're looking for a white man around 50 years old with scruffy facial hair. The state's governor calls the act, quote, an effort to fuel hate and division. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with Dana Fulton. It should be a really nice start to the week.
At least fairly quiet for the next few days. We get to continue on with our sunny skies, though it is going to get a little warmer outside and a little more humid by the middle of the week. Today we did see a lot of sunshine. High temperatures reached 70. We started the day off in the mid-40s. It was just a little cool outside early this morning. As we look at our next 48 hours, you can see that orange line is our temperature trend. It moves up. Along with that, though, our dew points moving up. And by Tuesday, our dew points will start to get close to 60 degrees. So it starts to feel a little more humid outside for the middle of the week. Tomorrow, partly sunny again and a little milder. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s, so right where we should be for the middle of June. By the middle of the week, though, our heat index readings will be in the 90s. We'll take a close look at what's ahead for your week and the next rain chances in just a few minutes. Amanda?
Thank you, Dana. Turning to our coronavirus headlines now, Greene County is reporting its first coronavirus-related death today. County health officials say the woman who died was over 65 years old and had other underlying health factors. Meanwhile, DHS says nearly 3/4 of Wisconsin's confirmed COVID-19 cases have recovered. More than 22,000 people have tested positive for the virus across the state, while nearly 700 people have died from complications. The percentage of positive tests stayed below 3% today as well, a trend we've seen over the past week. Dane County is moving into the next phase of its reopening plan. The county will start phase 2 tomorrow. This allows for restaurants, gyms, and retailers to open at 50% capacity. County health officials say to move to this next phase, they needed more than half of the 9 metrics they were tracking since phase 1 to be green. Not only does phase 2 expand capacity for businesses, but it also doubles sizes for outdoor gatherings and increases sizes for indoor gatherings. The UW system says all students, faculty, and staff will be able to return to campus for the fall 2020 semester. But as System President Ray Cross says, the learning and living environment might look very different. After an odd and abrupt end to the school year, the UW system will welcome students back to campus this fall, but it won't be a normal semester amid the pandemic. System President Ray Cross says he knows the kind of on-campus experience students want and expect, but the 13 UW campuses will make some adjustments to help keep everyone safe. Earlier this spring, the UW formed a plan-ahead team. Now they're unveiling a series of recommendations for campuses to follow. For face-to-face learning, courses with more than 50 people are recommended to move online, while evening and weekend classes should be offered. Campuses will also be asked to develop attendance policies that encourage sick students to stay home. The dorms will look different too. The team is asking campuses to find ways to modify dining and residence halls while also creating places where students or faculty can quarantine. And like we've all been asked to do, the UW system will encourage social distancing and face coverings while coordinating contact tracing options with the state and local health officials. The Plan Ahead team is also recommending that in-person classes end by Thanksgiving in case there's a second wave of the virus this winter. A Janesville man is in custody after allegedly threatening to kill a family walking on the Ice Age Trail this afternoon. Police say 73-year-old Robert Baker approached the family, which included a dog and a 1-month-old baby. Officials say Baker asked the family about the dog before pointing a handgun at them and threatening to kill them. A report says Baker walked away toward Riverside Park, where he was later arrested after a search by sheriff's deputies and the help of nearby golfers. Crews are searching for a missing person in the Mississippi River. The Crawford County Sheriff's Office says it received a call around 3 o'clock this morning. Officials say a group was camping on an island near Gordons Bay boat landing when one member of the group attempted to swim to the campsite, and that's when they went underwater. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, Dana has your first warned forecast. Plus, as artists wrap up their murals on State Street, meet one artist who's painting with a special person in mind. Stay with us.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With special offers like 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Contact your Ford dealer or stop by today.
No matter what the color of your skin is, we all have to be part of this.
It is a time that we hear people out who are offering up solutions that can lead to change.
We are spending a lot of time right now listening so we can better do our job. So we can better amplify your voices, tell your stories, and hopefully build a better tomorrow, a better city for all of us.
2020 may not just be the year that everything was canceled. It may end up being the most important year yet.
I'm not used to taking care of things on my own. My wife, my sweetheart, took care of me for 46 years, and I've loved every moment. When the doctor gave her 6 months, all she wanted was to spend it at home with me. Now it's my turn to take care of her. I know Agrace will help me care for the one I've loved my whole life.
Agrace, Hospice and Palliative Care. Just call. Agrace will help.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
You could call the celebrity lifestyle a bit excessive. But what do you call an SUV roomy enough for these good boys? And the ones in the back.
Coming up Monday morning, Hattie will have the latest on a warm and muggy week ahead with rain chances returning to the forecast. And we'll show you how to get the proper documents for an online will and save money without ever leaving your home.
watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Following looting and damaged downtown businesses, many have turned the boarded up storefronts into works of art. And today, artists are painting the final murals. Our Gabriela Becerra shares the inspiration behind one piece of artwork.
More art is better, for sure.
For Salt Rock, art is expression.
I'm not very loud or a good speaker, but I can paint, and that's how I get my voice out there, you know?
He paints large-scale murals across the state and country.
This is how I make my living, you know?
But this State Street mural is personal.
I got 2 stepdaughters that are black, you know? And we moved up to Wisconsin, and one moved back because it was hard to go to school and fit in, you know? And so I thought, what's better than painting for them?
While the details of this young black woman represents his stepdaughter.
I wish she was here because she would get a kick out of it.
Salt Rock says it's a mural that many will identify with.
Other young girls could walk by and dig it, you know, because this is how they do. They do their makeup and rock their eyelashes and, you know, so, and jewelry.
And as a Native American man, Salt Rock says discrimination is something his family can relate to.
All races are beautiful, you know, and the time should be changing. It shouldn't be like this, what we're going through.
So while he doesn't like to use his voice, Salt Rock will continue to spread positivity through his artwork.
It makes me feel good that they're happy with it, you know? Because when I leave and I take off and they come by every day and look at it, they'll appreciate it, you know? That's what it does to people. It makes them happy. They smile, you know?
And if you're in need of a smile, take a trip down State Street. I'm Gabriela Becerra, News 3 Now.
It hasn't yet been determined how long the murals will stay on State Street or what will happen to them once they do come down, but each one will be photographed and archived. And for the latest developments on protests as they enter their 4th week here in Madison and across the country, be sure to stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com. June is Pride Month, and most of the big annual celebrations have been canceled, but today the Monona community still came together for a Pride ride. Participants rode through several Monona streets and were encouraged to wear costumes, decorate bikes, and bring flags and signs. The goal was to support diversity, inclusion, and human connection. Those riding say biking is already a socially distant activity, so it was a great way to take part. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with Dana Fulton. There were a lot of people out there biking today, doing different activities. It was beautiful.
Absolutely. Really nice stretch for the weekend, and a lot of folks getting outside and enjoying it, which is always a good thing. Now, if you had to put off any of the yard work, the lawn mowing activities because you wanted to bike ride and enjoy the weekend, totally makes sense. And the good news, the next few days, it's still going to stay dry outside, so you can get that done in the evening. No rain for the next few days. In fact, we'll stay dry through Wednesday. Our temperatures, though, are going to continue to climb. It's going to be warm for the middle of the week with our humidity also increasing. Showers and thunderstorms towards the end of the week, and for next weekend, we'll have a few different rounds of rain. Some dry hours as well, but a lot of rain building in. Overnight, our skies mostly clear. Heading into Monday, we will be partly sunny throughout the afternoon. Notice our breeze coming from the south-southeast, picking up just a little bit later on in the day, so it'll be a little warmer outside for Monday, or partly cloudy Monday night. And for Tuesday, yet again, partly sunny, more of a southerly flow, so temperatures for our Tuesday afternoon will climb up a little bit more. We'll see our highs in the mid-80s with our heat index readings getting close to 90 degrees. I do want to take a broader look at the end of the week, still ironing out the timing as it is several days off, but the clouds build in late Thursday with our rain chances developing in the evening, continuing overnight and for much of Friday. The heavier rain for the week will stay into the north, but for Saturday and Sunday, it seems likely we'll have some heavy showers throughout the day on Saturday, and then another round of rain building in on Sunday. That'll taper off later in the day. We'll dry up as we head into the following week. So again, dry hours mixed in there, but do plan on some rain towards the end of the week. As far as our temperatures in that 6 to 10-day outlook, not very likely that we will be trending above average, but also not likely below. We're kind of sandwiched in this line between, which is kind of lining up with our 10-day, actually, that temperatures will stay close to average rather than jumping up or below. Tomorrow, we'll see temps in the upper 70s, a little closer to 80 degrees along the state line with partly sunny skies. We'll be in the mid-80s on Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday highs will be close to 90 degrees with heat index readings in the mid to low 90s. Chance for showers and thunderstorms late in the day on Thursday, and that will continue into the weekend. And then we'll start to see a bit of a break heading into the start of next week with more rain chances likely towards the middle of next week. So we had a dry weekend, dry for the next few days. If you've got the veggie garden already settled, the plants probably need a little bit of a drink right now.
Yeah, it's nice though. We've had a few days that it's been dry and a few more before we get some more rain.
Really comfortable outside too.
Yes, thank you so much, Dana. Still ahead in sports, we'll have an update on how the NBA is proceeding with the plan to restart the season.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. That's why your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers. If you need a new Silverado, get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,500 cash allowance on all Silverado Crew Cab pickups. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every Toyota hybrid vehicle is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops for gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. See your dealer or shop and buy online. Right now, you can lease a new 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid for $239 a month.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Pretty pleasant day here in Madison, but the same couldn't be said for some parts of Florida, namely the Homestead Miami Speedway. It was a long day at the track, but the good news, NASCAR allowing fans back in the stands. 500 members of the military and their families taking in the Dixie Vodka 400. It's the first major sporting event in the country with fans. Unfortunately, Mother Nature not on the same page. 2 separate lightning delays for a total of more than 2 hours of stoppage time. But Denny Hamlin, feeling it regardless, sweeps all 3 stages, snags the checkered flag. He's the first driver all season to do that, and it's his 3rd win at Homestead. Cambridge native Matt Kenseth, he finished 25th. Now, next week, the Geico 500 at Talladega Superspeedway, and 5,000 fans from the general public will be allowed in the stands at the race in Alabama. A competitive final round as well of the Charles Schwab Challenge. There were 20 golfers within 4 strokes of the lead, but only a few of them broke away. Daniel Berger, he was one of them, a nearly 14-foot birdie putt on 8 there to move to 14 under. Colin Morikawa right there with him. He's on 7, drilling his birdie putt. He was also at 14 under at that point. Jordan Spieth came into the day tied for 2nd, draining a long birdie putt as well on 12. And then yesterday's leader, Xander Schauffele, tried to hang in there today, but he came just short of a playoff hole. That was between Berger and Morikawa. And it didn't quite end the way that Morikawa wanted to. He missed the par putt that would have kept it all going. So Daniel Berger winning the first PGA tournament event back during the COVID-19 pandemic, behind Morikawa, a 4-way finish in 3rd place. So Major League Baseball and its owners have until 5 o'clock tomorrow to come up with a new proposal after the Players Association turned down the last one. The players reiterating the fact that they just want to play, and so it's back to the drawing board for both sides. Meanwhile, the NBA is trying to aim for the late July start date, and league officials are taking every precaution to make sure that it will happen. So starting on June 23rd, everyone that's going to be in Orlando, so that means every player and personnel member, so coaches, trainers, medical staff, they will be given a COVID-19 test and antibody test every other day. As of right now, teams will reportedly arrive at the Worldwide Sports Complex between July 7th and July 9th. And one familiar face will be ready to go once the season starts again. Giannis Antetokounmpo showing off his latest workout with 4-month-old son Liam on TikTok. Really getting those push-ups in. Amanda, we will call this the new dad workout. Very
Such
cute.
a fun video. I love seeing that. And we see people at home, you know, using cans of beans and stuff to work out, but this is the cutest one I've seen. Thank you so much, Melissa. We'll be right back with the final check of your forecast.
Why bother mastering something? Why hand-tune an audio system? Why include the most advanced active safety system in its class, Standard? Because when you want to create an entirely new feeling, the difference between excellence and mastery is all the difference in the world. The Lexus ES, a product of mastery.
Lease the 2020 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Pick and Save, we always do our very best to make sure we've got you covered. Restocking our shelves with help from one of the country's biggest supply chains. And we'll continue to bring our A game to get you what you need when you need it most. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo. Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
I'm here.
Auntie's here.
Hey, Mom and Dad here.
Scout's here.
Shall we begin? Friends and family, we are gathered here today to celebrate.
Together, nothing can keep us apart. That's why U.S. Cellular eliminated data overages on our reliable nationwide network, so you can stay connected.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 84 months on a 2019 built Ford Tough F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Every day, our doctors and nurses, our cooks, housekeepers, therapists, and every member of your healthcare team give the most of themselves to care for you, to care for our community. These are your champions of health.
Download the Channel 3000 app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Schools across the country are having to find other ways to celebrate their seniors this year amid the pandemic, but a New Hampshire high school might take the cake. Seniors at Kennett High School in North Conway had their procession via chairlift. Families gathered in an empty field while students had their names called as they went up the summit. This is pretty cool.
That is really neat.
Very unique. Cool. And you will remember that high school graduation
Absolutely.
forever.
Tyrell Basin should hop on that.
Yeah,
we can get something happen up our Cascade. Yeah, we got options. And the weather's really nice, so if you did have any celebrations this weekend, I think one of my neighbors was having a cookout. I saw a lot of lawn chairs and balloons, so either a birthday or graduation. Partly sunny skies for the next few days. Our temperatures warm up by the middle of the week. We're close to 90 degrees with some humidity factored in as well. The second half of the week and the weekend will bring some shower and thunderstorm chances.
Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.